I talk a lot on this channel about ManyChat, automations, and how you can build funnels that generate leads for your business. But here's the thing. You can have the best automations in the world, and you can have the strongest funnels. But if you're still using CTAs or call to actions, like click here to learn more, you're always going to be leaving money on the table. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you 5 CTA techniques that actually convert. And then at the end, I'm going to get into what AI gets wrong about them most of the time and how you can fix that. Let's get into it. So first of all, what is a CTA? A CTA is a call to action. It's the part where you tell someone what to do. Because the thing is about people, no matter how interested they are in something, most of the time they're not going to do something unless you tell them to. You have the best email ever, you have the most visually appealing website, the reader can love it, but if you don't direct them somewhere, if you don't tell them what their next action needs to be, they're not going to take it. And for you, that means people aren't going to sign up to your webinars, they're not going to watch your videos, and they're not going to buy your products. So again, here, if we have bad CTAs, like click here, learn more, find out more, check it out, this is never going to work, or you're at least never going to get the potential sales that you could because they're lazy, there's no benefit in there, and there's no reason that they should actually click. There's no incentive for them to do anything. So the first technique is put the benefit in the CTA. Don't tell them what to do, but tell them what they're going to get if they click the button, the link, whatever it may be. So instead of click here to sign up, we say get your free coffee voucher now. This is something tangible. This is something they can get. So you know, if I click on this button, I'm going to get my free coffee voucher. And that raises the incentive for them to actually click on it. Here, instead of saying subscribe to your channel, to a newsletter, we say never miss out on special offers again. Subscribe is a very mundane word. It's very general. But if we give them that urgency where we say never miss out on special offers again, that's a benefit. That's something they can hold on to. Again, the whole premise of this is every CTA should answer one question: what's in it for me? And your button, your link should answer that for them. The second technique is reverse psychology. Instead of telling them what to do, like we said, a basic CTA does, tell them what not to do. Because people are numb to saying, like I said, click here to learn more, buy now, that sort of thing. But reverse psychology kind of gives this big red button effect. If we see the big red button that says do not click, what do we want to do? We want to click on it. And an example of this, for warning, following this advice might make you wealthy, not suitable for impulse spenders. Don't click this unless you really need help. Again, because we're telling them to not click, it's just how we're wired as humans. The big red button, we want to click it. We're not going to use this every time because just like very basic CTAs, this is one of those things that people can get very used to. So if people are seeing this in all of your emails, on every one of your landing pages or websites, they're going to get used to it. It's not going to have the same effect. So this is one that you just sprinkle in sporadically. The third one is scarcity plus urgency. Because without urgency, people are always going to say, this is great, but I'll do it later. I'll do it next week. I'll do it in 2 weeks, whatever that may be. And for you as a business, later often becomes never. So I want to add scarcity, such as only 3 spots left for this month, or urgency, like this offer, and it's Friday at midnight. If we really want to use this technique, we use both, scarcity plus urgency. We're only taking 10 people for the free audit. This means you have to act fast. 7 are already taken. They think, okay, if I don't act right now, not tomorrow, if I don't act right now, I'm going to miss the spot for this free audit. So I'm going to click the link right now. Again, if there's no deadline, there's no action, but it has to be real. Don't give people fake scarcity, because if they realize that, obviously it's going to break your trust with them. Technique number 4, ratio over percentages, because ratios are easier to picture. If we say here, for example, 33% of creators never follow up with their email list. That's okay, it's a number, it's out there. You can understand it, but it doesn't really hit you emotionally. But if you say 1 in 3 creators, you automatically compare yourself to 2 other creators that you know. The one to your left, one to your right, you say, okay, one of us is making a mistake. Is it me? So you want to click that link to find out if it is, and if it is, how you can fix it. Again, another example, 1 in 5 businesses that set up email marketing double their revenue in 6 months. Click here to be one of them. Number 4, predict the future. Assume that they've already clicked, and then tell them what their next action would be. This confidence is contagious for the reader. They can feel it and entice them to click even more. Instead of saying, click here to join this free class on Monday, say, click here to join the free class this Monday. P.S. After signing up, DM me the one question you want answered and I'll cover it live. Here, we already assumed that they've signed up for the free class, and now we're saying, okay, that's obvious you're gonna do that, now DM me your question. Again, this works because you're already telling them what would happen after they join, so they're already at that phase. So joining seems obvious. It seems like, of course, they're gonna do that. All right, I was making this about a year ago. I probably wouldn't have to include this part, but now AI is inevitable. And I'll be honest, the right prompt, it writes very, very good emails, but 9 times out of 10, the CTA is the weakest part. Why? Because it doesn't understand your product, and it doesn't understand your target audience as well as you do. So it defaults to the very basic CTAs that we said we don't want, like click here, learn more, buy now, all those kinds, which a lot of times, like I mentioned, your email, your website, it kills it because people aren't going to take the action that you want them to take. So the fix for that is let AI write the copy for your email, for your website, but the CTA you have to rewrite yourself with the prompts that I'm about to show you. Let's get into it. The first one is when you have a CTA but you want to rewrite it, you're going to put this prompt into Claude, because I think personally Claude is the best at replicating your tone of voice and sounding human. And if you have no idea what Claude is, if you haven't used it before, I'm going to drop a link to use Claude for free in the description. You can get started fully for free right there. But you're going to enter, copy and paste this prompt right here. Rewrite the CTA using reverse psychology. You're going to enter the CTA that's there. The offer is blank. The audience is blank. Obviously personalize that for your business. Make it feel like a warning, not an invitation. Add a PS that assumes they already clicked and tells them what to do after. Do not use dashes in the output. Here, you're not asking AI to guess about what your product is or your target market. You're giving them a specific technique and direction to take. So now we're going to see what this looks like in real life when we're using Claude. You see here, we have the prompt, and I've used bookkeeping services just as an example. I've said that's our service, bookkeeping services, and the audience is CEOs of large companies in the financial sector. Again, obviously you're going to tailor that to your business, but it's just for example purposes, and very important. At the time of this recording, the most advanced Claude model that you can use is Opus 4.6, but you always want to make sure you're using Opus and the most advanced model that you can use, and you want to turn on extended thinking for your best results with Claude. So we're going to let that run. Again, like I said here, we've got our weaker CTA. Click here to get bookkeeping services. And here it says, do not click this button. Again, there's a big red button effect. Seriously, your finance team is already flawless. Your books are tight. You've never lost a single hour to reconciliation errors. You have absolutely no reason to be here. Again, it's saying, obviously, no company in the world has that perfectly running like this. And because it gives this big red button effect, people are much more likely to click on something like that. Let's go back. Number 2, this is where we're going to generate multiple CTA options. So let's say we're writing an email, we're drafting copy for a website, and we want multiple options to decide which one's the best for our CTA. So we're going to use this prompt. I'm not going to read through it all again. You can copy and paste this with what we've put in our description below, or you can stop and pause this video. But we're going to have it give us a CTA using each of the 5 techniques that we spoke about across this video. Again, we're going to see what that looks like. Again, here I've said I'm writing an email to young couples that are planning / looking to get married, and the email is about wedding photos. Again, this is just an example. You can tweak this to match your brand, your business, and the offer is professional photography services. And then we have the prompt, just like we've had in there. We make sure we have Opus 4.6 and extended thinking on, again, for this one. And here are your 5 CTAs. Click here. For photographer, it makes you look like everyone's wish they were. Again, there's a benefit in there. Reverse psychology. Honestly, don't click this if you're cool with blurry iPhone pics. And Uncle Gary's shaky hands. A bit of humor added in there, but reverse psychology, don't click this. And then the urgency and scarcity. They only have this and this many per month. Again, you can see all these. If you need to, pause this video, walk through each and every one of these. You can even see, hey, I like this technique the most. I think I'm going to use it. But you can use these for your business and match them to your actual business, whatever it is you're selling. Now that's the second prompt. Now I honestly use this one the most. And the flow that I use for it is I have Claude, like I've just shown you, give me 5 options, 1 for each technique, and I pick the strongest one or the strongest 2, and sometimes I combine them, but I tweak it. Again, I mentioned in videos before, I'll mention it here again. Claude and AI can do 80% of the work, but that last 20% you have to edit and refine on your own. And once you've done that, then you're done. And a common theme, although I mention AI all the time, the most important thing you need to remember is you need to know the foundations of everything and then let AI accelerate. So in this case, you need to know how to build a strong CTA and then use AI to help you do it faster. It's going to be the premise with everything that I teach. Again, here you can pause this video. There's all 5 techniques right here. You can get the core idea, what it's called, and have it all in front of you right here. And again, I'm telling one more time to end off this video, the pattern is always the same. You learn the technique. It may be hooks. It may be writing entire emails. In this case, the CTAs. Learn the technique on how it's done. Use AI to speed it up. I suggest Claude. And then refine it yourself at the end. Don't do this the other way around. Don't use AI first because you're not going to know what's good and what's not. And you're not going to be able to write the best things that you can for your business. But if you're looking at this and you're saying, I'm still overwhelmed or I just don't have time for this, I'm a professional copywriter and I work with a team of professional copywriters, and we can take a look at all your websites, your landing pages, your social media, your emails, and see where you can refine your CTAs to get the most sales, to get the most signups, whatever that may be. I'll leave a link to book a free call in the description. But as I said, if you're at this point, thank you guys for watching. I hope you took something from this video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.